Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, and as we prepare to usher in the new year, I thought it would be fun to reflect on 5 huge Patriot wins from 2022. It was a great year for advancing the values of faith, family, and freedom, and I want to give you my own top 5 list for some of the major wins throughout the year. I'm sure I missed some, so let us know in the comments below some wins you think worthy of note. But without further ado, here's our top 5 huge Patriot wins for 2022. Patriot win number 5, Elon takes over Twitter. I think Tucker Carlson said it best. Elon Musk's Twitter takeover was the single most consequential turn of events in the political sphere since the 2016 presidential election of Donald Trump. In fact, the restoration of free speech on the largest instant messaging platform on the planet will have ramifications that go far beyond anything that President Trump could have done. Even CNN recognized that the significance of Elon's Twitter takeover, it's just beyond imagining. According to the Pew Research Center, more than 2/3 of Twitter's users say the platform is the most important source of news for them, making it the single most important social media platform for shaping national news narratives. Prior to Elon's takeover, when it came to the major issues of our day, from COVID to vaccines to mask mandates, election integrity, LGBT issues, when it came to all the major issues of our day, you and I were not allowed to hold or express an opinion different from that of woke orthodoxy as enforced by the legacy media and big tech oligarchs. Twitter allowed for absolutely no dissent. Just ask the tens of thousands of accounts that were suspended for being guilty of nothing more than the crime of having a different opinion from that of woke leftists on these fundamental issues. Now, that platform, that worldwide platform that woke leftists have used all these years to fabricate an artificial public consensus on those very issues, that platform has now been liberated to freely disseminate, celebrate, and champion those very dissenting opinions, which promises to have lasting civilizational significance beyond anything we can imagine. Patriot win number 4, Biden's mask mandate was smacked down. The courts were absolutely brutal to bumbling Biden throughout 2022, but no more so than the humiliating smackdowns of Biden's mask mandate by a Trump-appointed federal judge. Judge Catherine Mizell, who sits on the district court for the Middle District of Florida, issued a 59-page ruling declaring that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention had indeed exceeded their authority and failed to follow proper rulemaking procedures. And as a result, in that single decision, the bumbling Biden mask mandate particularly over federal air travel, crumbled. And like I said, this was just part and parcel of the courts brutalizing Biden's executive orders throughout the year. The courts, of course, struck down the CDC, the Center for Disease Control's attempt at playing landlord when it enacted a federal eviction ban during COVID. The court struck down Biden's OSHA vaccine mandate for all workers in all industries and workplaces over 100 employees. The court struck down the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency's ridiculous attempt at trying to enforce carbon emissions rules that Congress has repeatedly rejected through the legislative process. By God's grace, the courts have been sending a clear and unmistakable message to bumbling Biden and the Democrats. When it comes to stepping over state and local jurisdictions, you shall not pass. Patriot win number 3, Liz Cheney got fired. In August, Wyoming voters came out in droves to utterly and unequivocally vote the queen of the rhinos, Liz Cheney, out of office. Her Trump-endorsed challenger, Harriet Hageman, won the Republican primary with nearly 70% of the vote, 66% to Cheney's 28%. To put it bluntly, this was not simply a beating or a political defeat. Even her cheerleaders in the legacy media were forced to admit that Liz Cheney suffered nothing short of an absolute stomping. She was crushed. she was pulverized. She was utterly politically eviscerated. Her defeat was nothing short of an absolute and total humiliation for the single most odious, tone-deaf, self-righteous, virtue-signaling Republican in the entire nation. President Trump himself, of course, celebrated Cheney's defeat, saying, quote, "Congratulations to Harriet Hageman on her great and very decisive win in Wyoming. This is a wonderful result for America and a complete rebuke of the unselect committee of political hacks and thugs. Liz Cheney should be ashamed of herself, the way she acted and her spiteful, sanctimonious words and actions towards others. Now she can finally disappear into the depths of political oblivion, where I am sure she will be much happier than she is right now. Thank you, Wyoming." And with Cheney's defeat, 8 of the 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach President Trump were officially gone for good from public office. Patriot win number 2, the GOP takes the House. As disappointing as the midterms were, they simply cannot possibly be considered a failure when the GOP unequivocally won control of the House. With that win, the Biden regime has officially come to a legislative end. From now on, Biden has to rule almost exclusively by executive order, and as we've seen, the courts have been shutting down his EOs left and right. Even better, now the likes of Jim Jordan and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz have subpoena power with oversight committees that will be going after Hunter Biden and the entire Biden crime family, corruption within the FBI, the Fauci fiasco, and the deliberate chaos at the southern border. Before we reveal the number 1 Patriot win, this year my family and I have decided to declare 2023 as the year of family preparedness in the Turley household. It's true, this is the year that I am officially going to cover all my bases. That's going to include food storage, survival kits, and everything my family needs to make sure that we'll survive whatever this upcoming year throws at us. I recently interviewed TJ Johnson, the founder and CEO of Ready Project. And if you haven't watched that interview, you must. I'll link it down below for you. It's an interview that will single-handedly tell you why I'm placing preparedness at the top of my priorities list. I invite you to join me this year in my resolution of family preparedness and take the immediate steps to get yourself and your family prepared today so you can eat tomorrow. And if you act right now, you get to take advantage of Ready Project's special offer just for my listeners with huge limited time savings. So don't wait. Click on that link below to learn more about my plan and what I'm doing to make sure my family has all the emergency essentials that'll be needed for 2023. This is not one of those cases wherever you want to hear me say, "Hey guys, I told you so." Join me, take action, click below, and let's get our families prepared together for the new year. Patriot win number 1, Roe v. Wade overturned. In an absolutely astonishing move, the new conservative Supreme Court did what was for leftist liberals the absolute unthinkable. They reversed Roe v. Wade, the drastically rash and legally absurd ruling that turned abortion into a fundamental constitutional right. But after 40 years of conservative activism at the grassroots level and in the courts, Roe v. Wade was officially and irreversibly overturned in 2022. It was, without question, the single most significant conservative victory in generations, and the reversal of its impact will be with us for generations to come. So there you have it. 5 huge Patriot wins for 2022. Did I miss any? Well, let us know in the comments below. And you'll definitely want to check out my latest video on Patriot militias taking over the nation. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on that link and I'll see you over there. God bless and Happy New Year.